Alright, so a lot of people actually were asking me to make this video. So again, this is a more straightforward labyrinth. It is, right? But that doesn't mean it's easy 100%. There are people that might not understand some units, that might just want a quick guide to like fully do it without having to reset here and there, because that wastes time, right? So I'm gonna do my best to give you all the tips and show you what my run looks like. I made a video where I talked about the entire thing. I've already run it on global and I finished it, right? It was super easy. Because I did it the first time, I already kind of knew it. So today, I'm going to share that information with you. I will play this in the background here. Can I speed it up, though, is the question, right? So you can again pause as you're moving along here. I can't speed it up, but basically, right? To start this off, first off, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. First thing, with this, the route that I went, and I will make this super easy for you to understand, you want to hug the right wall, okay? Hug this side of it, and only do these things. Why am I saying that? So again, you're going to start, and again, I already kind of did it. My first pick was Tarmiel. Basically, how I did it again is I start here, and I just go right. Just hold the right side. Again, here, I'm going to go, you know, what is it, ult increase. I'm going to first this one. I'm going to pick the character, right? I'm not going to hug the wall here. I need a character pick instead of this one. I'll then do this. I then went again for the character enhance. I'll show it to you as you move along. But the way that I won and the way that I recommend to do it, at this stage, you can either pick between that or I screenshotted everything on my phone here. So I can tell you, so I'll let this play, right? But on the first stage, you need the main character for this entire thing. It is going to be Kizuna. She is like the best possible character you can get. I'm going to speed this up because it's going to be a pain to watch. Let me speed it up. So I put it in 1.5 speed, right? But again, it's like you really don't need to see any of these stages. The whole point of it, right? So in the first one, you need to pick Kizuna. She's the carry. You need her. By the end of it, you should be kind of building the shield hero team because they're the best in my opinion in the entire dungeon. They're the reason I won twice in a row. So that's how I did it. I built that team. On my second run, I went with Philo off the bat. So my first character was her. On my second run, it was Red, what is it, Hauser, because it boosts human allies, right? Which you might get to by the end, you might have that. So again, as you pick up characters, that's how I did it. I picked up a human team. I did pick up Philo, which kind of ruined that passive. I kept getting like the SR boost for shield hero characters. There was one that like increases the shield hero character by 60% of HP. It was nuts, right? Here I had like the quick thinking, you know, moment. I went with Melascula for multiple reasons. Kind of, I did it mainly just because, you know, she'll keep me alive here and there. She's useful. I had Tarmiel for the stance reason. Overall, I did get a little bit luckier on the picks and everything like that. But again, the second thing, why did I go with Tarmiel? I went for a character with a stance. He has a stance that will negate most of the damage so that I can keep Kizuna alive. She will die at a point. She'll keep dying because she just gets targeted. That's it, right? I don't know how the AI works, but constantly she was getting targeted, ruined, died, whatever, in the first run. So what happens here is, I'll show it to you, because it is pretty important. You'll see here, she will die here on the stage, but everything's fine. Why? Because in a little bit, again, I was like, you know, translating these. I always went with the HP ones that are like boost the shield hero collab characters, boost speed characters, because remember, Naofumi's entire team is speed. So I built everything towards helping out Naofumi. But again, here, right? So I'm leveling up the character. There is a revive in a little bit. So I think I did not go into the boss. I did. So before, just so you know, there is a revive before this somewhere here on the first floor. I used that because my character died on my second run. But on this run, I didn't. So up to you, do what you want. But I went into this boss with 2 characters, and I still won. Again, these 2 were so good because Tarmiel just negates everything because of his taunt, right? And then you have Melascula keeping everything alive and life-stealing constantly. So in the end, it genuinely worked out for me to where this was like my carry team. Again, I recommend also having Hauser because a red will beat this really fast. And it'll keep buffing Kizuna. And again, using her, you'll destroy too because of the buffs she'll also provide. And then I had Philo for this also. And her ult was kind of nasty in beating this. So in the end, like I did get a little bit more RNG, but it'll take you a reset or 2 to get like the perfect team. I do recommend having a stance. There was also Green Sariel that was there. If you want that one, you can pick that one up instead. But again, for this boss, what I can recommend is keep stalling, trying to get your ult. That's what you're gonna, you know, kind of want to use because she'll keep healing back. And again, she does cancel stances here and there. And again, at one point, she just heals fully. So you'll have to build a team that will survive in this entire thing, right? Even though my characters were green, they still survived. They still got through everything. Again, I kept draining her ult. I kept on attacking. I kept stalling until I got an ultimate. So again, the first floor was super simple. You can kind of see it here. I got the ultimate, nuked, and then boom, everything was good. So, and again, I beat this with 2 characters. Let's say your Kizuna was alive because you revived her in the previous stage. Then boom, it was a little bit better for you. But first floor, it's super simple to break down. Hug the right wall. All right, continue on the right path. I'll just show it to you one more time what the path looks like. But it's, again, kind of straightforward here. So I can almost pause it. I was so close here. Yeah, pause. There we go. Hug the right wall. Do this, do this, do this, do this, and then do this. Done, right? Super simple, super easy. On the earlier ones, if you need that revive, get that revive. Get the ult one. Never usually challenge this. I never needed to. There's one of them, it's like Cusack, and he's nuts. He's kind of pretty hard to actually kill if you don't have the right characters. So you might lose because of that. But yeah, moving up to the next floor, right? I did get Kizuna alive because I revived right here. I then went into the main stage, the middle one, right? Because I can't use anything else. Again, now with her back alive, Tarmiel was pretty low. But again, when you use her card and then you use one of these, you actually like increase HP, increase all of that. It's basically Arthur's buff. So you want to constantly use that. Don't be like me and not use that here. It would have been a little bit of a better idea to do that because I would have helped Tarmiel, like, again, reduce the damage he was taking here. He unnecessarily took this damage. But A, who thinks things through? Here, I think that Tarmi does make it out alive. I could be wrong, but I think he doesn't make it alive. All right, he died, but again, it's fine. So you see here also my characters were still dying, but I was still moving on perfectly fine. Because again, here I got Raphtalia. Everything's fine again, moving forward. These characters on this floor are mainly reds. So if you do build that blue team pretty early, you'll be kind of in the clear by like doing this a little bit faster. But again, I just continue onwards. I told you, hug the right wall. That's like the best bet to actually completing this. You'll see again right here which route I took. I'll show it to you in a second. There you go, right? So now pick the character, right? So you remove your being from this right wall. You pick the character. I think over here I had a really good pick. I had, yes, Matrona, another character that can get me a stance here, which was great. Why? This saved me. Getting Matrona here saved everything for me. But yeah, with Matrona here, the reason I picked her is because, again, her stance will keep my characters alive. You'll see it right here, right? It'll first make them attack her, and I have a one-shot, a literal one-shot Kizuna right here, and she'll survive because Matrona will absorb the attacks. There's no one that attacks AoE right here on this field. So everything was fine, right? Because of her, she carried me into the end game, which I highly recommend. If you can pick up a character with a stance, it will keep your Kizuna alive because she will keep dying, okay? She keeps getting targeted. That's just going to happen every time she got targeted by every single person. So you can see right here, right? She'll take the damage. Everything's going to be okay. She'll be alive. She's able to keep buffing and giving Raphtalia enough damage to just, do stuff with. So again, you can see it right here. Buff goes off. Again, I got to speed this up again. For some reason, the speed turned off. But here, look at this, right? She could basically, put up some good numbers there. Killed in a semi one-shot. So again, continuing on, I beat the fight. Super simple here. With it, I think, again, I just continued onwards, hugging the right wall, as I mentioned. Here I went back into the middle one to pick up something, one of the boosts. I'll then do this character verse. I'll then do this. I then heal, because I don't need to get a revive on anybody. And then I went for the boss. So again, I mainly stayed on the right side. I didn't go for those extreme passives. I didn't need them. And if you want good passives, get the HP ones. Get the ones that if you're running an all blue team, get those ones. The thing is, in the end, you have a chance to get rid of Kizuna for Margaret. I recommend that if you are building your passives to where it's all blue, get rid of Kizuna for Margaret, because Margaret has that the bless card, right? That will give you the increased damage, increased HP, and all of that. That card is a lifesaver. It will prevent you from getting one-shotted on that stage. I recommend it, okay? Or you have to keep Kizuna till the very end and use her buff card. Otherwise, you will get one-shotted by Monspeed. There's no way around it. You have to do that. That is a key tip I should have included earlier in the video. But Margaret is a character you can pick up later on, and she will make it so much easier for you also. So again, keep that in mind. Another quick fight, beat it super simply. This was, again, another one. I just picked the middle one. It was, again, usually the ones I went for, as mentioned, were HP ones, anything that buffs overall characters, because, again, I was buffing towards human team at the end, so there were human buffs, there were blue buffs. That's mainly where I went. If you're doing, like, all different typings, you'll have to build a specific team differently, obviously, because you can't run Naofumi in this with Raphtalia. So, again, that is there. If you run, like, Naofumi, Kizuna, and Philo, that's 3 different colors, so you can build that type of team if you want to. But again, I did build it off of just Naofumi, Raphtalia, and Kizuna. That's the way I went. But again, you can just mix it and match it, do whatever you want. But with Gloxinia, this was also another one, right? This boss, I will say, was very, very straightforward, and it's not difficult by any means. Again, I taunted. Everything was perfect. I got ulted on. I survived the ult just by a little bit. I healed up a little bit. I used her gold card here. I used this card, and then again, Matrona's a red, so type advantage. It'll do some damage, but I think Kizuna was just able to do a lot of stuff in this entire thing, keeping the characters alive, keeping the boosts, and, you know, HP things up there. Her ult hits like a truck, by the way, so you can kind of see it. Look at this. This is Kizuna's ult. So if you have the chance to rush an ultimate, look at this. 81,000, and then Raphtalia was able to just clean it up. But yeah, Raphtalia was able to clean it up. Super simple boss right there. But again, there's no tip I can really give you for Gloxinia. Just don't get ulted on by him, or you're gonna just die. Again, if you have a taunt, that'll help you survive. But if you have red units, you'll be perfectly fine. If Gloxinia does ult on a blue unit, they are dead. But yeah, there is a rival up here. Also, I had another, you know, character pick here. So the first floor, I had a character pick. I went Naofumi. These all sucked. I didn't need to refresh. I didn't need to decide. I went Naofumi. He was the best bet I could have done for this, and I did swap Matrona off for him because you need Raphtalia. I need to get boosted by Kizuna, and I need Naofumi. So Matrona had to go, which did suck. In the end, if I did lose Naofumi or somebody else, I would have just assumed her stance and survived with Naofumi keeping his HP up there and all of that. But in the end, I had a really good set of characters here. If you died, you can pick the character Rez right there, and then, you know, you'll have to challenge this one and then go back to this side instead. So I'll pause that really quick and show it to you. If you do die, right, you have to pick this floor right here, which means you have to do this one. I wouldn't recommend this. You don't need it. Then do this one. Then if you want to buy something from here, buy one of these two, whichever one you need, and then continue back to the right side. Do not shift left. Some of these stages on the left are a little bit more difficult, but you can do them. I just went the right side both times and cleared it in my first go around. So again, that's there. I'm gonna speed up the video now because it's taking a little bit of time to finish it. On this floor, there's a lot of green and blues because I think they know that you're by now assuming a blue team. So there were more greens here to kind of destroy you. But again, because you have Kizuna, we got a gold buff here. So you'll see how much damage the characters are able to put up now because of this gold buff. It's like night and day. That's how much Kizuna has changed this entire thing. They put up a lot of damage, okay? And because of his, you know, stance putting up there, you kind of take a lot of less damage in comparison. Still taking damage there, right? Still taking damage there, but it's less in what you would have taken, right? But again, clearing the entire stage, it was super simple. I used this card, I used Naofumi's regular card, and then I killed the one that attacks with her gold card, which again was unnecessary, but it's fine. Moving on, we survived with their ults and everything like that. We had more buffs over here. I went HP as usual. Got a little bit of a HP jump there. Continuing onwards, again, beat this. Super simple. Wasn't too hard here. I did have a character die, so I want to show that to you. But again, I picked another passive. It was a damage passive. Let's see. There's a point where it gets important, which is right after this. Okay, so look at this, all right? This is where I believe I died. And I had to buy a character res. Yeah, so here, Naofumi died here, okay? I'm not hiding it. He did die, which really sucked. I was getting bad RNG, and they were just targeting him with old greens. But we ulted, we finished this up. Naofumi's now dead here, okay? I'll go and I'll rank up my characters, get the thing off here. I will then go and character enhance them. So hopefully you're around this level when you're going into the final boss here being Monspeed. I then paid for a character revive. It's super simple. Pay for a character revive if you need it. They offer so many in these entire floors that it's fine if your character dies. Don't just reset right then and there. Continue onwards. There are so many character revives lying everywhere. So use that to your advantage to, again, pick up a character. For example, this one right here. I died. Got him back. Everything was kind of clean. We moved on. I had all these passives helping me out a little bit, which were really good. Again, you'll always get LCC. It doesn't matter how much you have. I believe there's no chance of going around it. Monspeed goes first, okay? Now, I'll break down this fight here because it may be a little difficult. First thing, when he ults, he cancels your stance. If he cancels your stance, you're dead. And remember that, okay? So what you have to do, this is what I did first turn, which is the worst thing I could have ever done. It is the worst thing. Not even that, it is the worst thing, okay? Took damage, whatever. You'll see this. I'm going to get nuked. Naofumi is dead. Watch this. Or who's dead first? Someone's dead first. Here, Kizuna's dead first, and Raphtalia is going to follow right after. Watch this, watch this. Dead. You are not surviving this. What you have to do is, you have to use Kizuna's cards and buff all of your characters with her blue card, okay? I'll show it to you here. I could have maybe made a recovery here if Matrona put up more damage, but she didn't. And again, they get one shot again. I'll show it to you just so you see it. There you go. She's dead off the bat right there. Naofumi's going to follow right after because, again, all the debuffs on him. Right here, dead. There's no hiding. They're done for. But if you start off, all right, you'll take some damage. It's going to happen same way. You're going to take the same amount of damage, but everyone will be alive for the first turn. So again, you start off, take damage. Everything's fine. What you're going to do is you're going to attack with Kizuna. I this time had 2 attacks, which was amazing. I did 2 attacks, and then I just ranked up. And because I ranked up, they will not take any damage in comparison to what they did before. They can get ulted on. They can get attacked for 6 turns in a row, but they will survive because of how clutch that freaking card is. Look at this, ready? In comparison, nothing. Now, here's the silver, or the regular, and then I think he had a gold or a silver. Look at that. I took nothing. And I also had a silver now for me, which is outstanding. I now assume that stance. Beautiful. And then you'll see how much damage she does here. 95k. 95k. Highly recommend you keep Kizuna till the very end, or you get Margaret. Both of them with their buff card will make this so much easier. So much easier, alright? Finish it off. Naofumi, with Raphtalia. I don't even need Naofumi, but absolutely easy in comparison to what it was before. But yeah, super simple. Hopefully I gave you enough tips and they were, again, helpful. To quickly summarize it, build a Shield Hero team. Do that. It's like the best thing you can do. Make sure you get stance characters that can at least keep your Kizuna alive because she'll keep dying. Tarmiel, Matrona are 2 great picks in there. Get anything that will buff Shield Hero characters. Get anything that will buff reds or blues. All of those are good because, again, your end team will be usually that. If you're running with a different team, have fun. You'll probably be able to clear it still. But it's just, I found the most success with the Shield Hero characters because this thing is literally designed for them. So it'll obviously be easy with them, okay? That's really it. I made this video way too long, so I'm going to cut it down. But just quick tips and tricks. Get your 30 gems, go and have fun. You can see I beat it here both on JP Global. Had fun with it. I enjoyed it. If you need anything with help down below, I'm more than happy to respond to your comments. Let me know. That's been it for me. Thank you for watching. Peace out, enjoy, and again, I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe.